Okay, we're going to talk about the best way to cheer yourself up when you're having one of those days when you're vibrating so low. We all know the days that I'm talking about. You know, getting out the dumps. It can be hard work. You know, sometimes we find ourselves so far down in the dumps so fast that we can't even attempt to stop the downward spiral. No one likes to be there, but it's a place that everybody, no matter who you are, guru or enlightened or whatever you want to call yourself, everyone finds themselves at one point or another in this space, this low vibrating frequency. You know, there's just too much going on in our universe to keep it all balanced and under control at all times. It's just the way it is. I mean, we're human after all, right? We try our hardest to do and be the best we can, but sometimes, you know, that good thing called reality, it comes by and reminds us that we aren't perfect. And, you know, neither is life. Life is not perfect. So how can we recognize when things are spiraling out of control? And how can we turn that out of controlness all back around? Well, here's a better question. How can we help someone else who is in the same situation? I like it's a great quote from Mark Twain. And it said, the best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. Real simple quote. And, you know, I kept that in my heart for a long time. You know, what a beautiful, beautiful way of approaching this whole cheering up low vibrating process. You got to remember, just as misery loves company, happiness follows suit. Okay, it's the polarity. Misery loves company. Happiness loves happiness. Now, helping others is a quick way to remember that even while, you know, we get stuck in the dumps sometimes, we still have something to give. Okay? To give, you receive much higher vibrations of love. It's kind of hard to explain sometimes, but you just feel real bubbly all over when you give or really help someone out. Imagine those of you who are parents and have children, around Christmas time when you see your kids opening those gifts and their smiles and their laughter. You know, it's better to give than receive. You got to put this in your mouth, chew it up, swallow it, and digest it. Even if it's just a little bit of our time. Okay? A few helpful words of advice, or shall I say, emotional support will just make somebody feel like they're on top of the world. Now, this type of interaction during hard times, it makes us feel so grateful for the wonderful people we have in our lives to help and to be helped. You know what I mean? If we can take the focus off of our own problems for just a couple of seconds or a little while to make a positive difference in someone else's life, we will find out very quickly our problems may seem much, much, much more manageable and conquerable. Does this make sense? Now, I know it's not as easy as I'm saying, when you're in the when you're in the heat of the fire, just to, put your problems aside and focus on what someone else is doing while your life is spinning out of control and unstable. But let me say this: the trials and tribulations we deal with in our day-to-day lives can feel all-consuming and sometimes insurmountable, right? What could you possibly have left to give to someone else? You might be asked to be. Well, look at it like this. In some ways, focusing your precious energy towards unrelated problems may feel like ignoring the real problems. I used to feel that way a lot, especially when I would meditate and just focus my awareness on something else, blocking out something that I was, doing or caught up in that moment. Sometimes it didn't feel real in the beginning, like I was just, putting a Band-Aid on the situation. However, unless you are under a short time limit to deal with your own problems, helping someone else with their problems is not the same as ignoring your own. So when you transfer that energy towards someone else's problems, taking your focus off of your day and what you're going through, it's not the same when you're just trying to deal with your own. You get this rush, this surge from the universe. You know what I mean? And it's just a great feeling, and it's a great way to have powerful, positive days. In fact, giving you advice and perspective is very likely to help you uncover a new perspective on your own problems. When you talk someone else through their problems, it's kind of like your brain develops new ideas for coping with your own issues. Does this make sense? Because at the end of the day, we can all do, all we can do is the best that we can. Each person on this earth, I think, tries to make some sort of difference in the end. I think we all do. Our actions, they create waves of energy into the world around us. And the more positive energy you put out, the more you will have around you. It's polarity. It's cause and effects. One good deed, may not seem like a lot, but it could change. It could change someone's whole day. And maybe, that day will have a significant effect on how they live their life. We're light beings. We are here to shine our light and help and direct and guide others. We are only responsible for what we can control. Reality. We can control our reality. That's all we really can control is our reality. In order to distract us from our own daily struggles, we can contribute to other lives by trying to aid them in their times of need. What a better feeling is there than knowing that you turn someone's day around? That's positive. To a simpler, more fulfilling life. I'm Derek Dunlap, the positive marketer. Love.